Are some of the big name tools out there not working for you and your agency? Do you feel too small for it? Or maybe too big? Or maybe it doesn't match what your creative style is? Or it creates more gaps in your team collaboration? Then I got a tool that may be a great fit for you. It's all about centralizing the knowledge, the information, and the communication. You'll want to keep watching as we cover the points of what can work for you and your creative agency or your small online business. Hey CEOs, I'm Teresa, Operations Consultant behind LoopLink, helping you complete the loop in your business operations and expanding your agency with excellence. How I can help them the most? By helping agency owners shift from a CEO-dependent to a systems-dependent operations. And today, I'm going to cover the top 10 reasons why you should use SamePage for your creative agency. Before we get into things, I want to provide a disclaimer that I am an authorized partner of SamePage and a certified pro for Asana, where if you do click and subscribe through my link, I may make a kickback at no extra charge to you. As I've mentioned before, you will never find a singular tool that 100% satisfies all of your business needs. Instead, find a tool that you can consolidate up to 80% of your business functions. If you're able to, this will really help you focus on scaling strategically. So let's get to it. The first reason that you will want to work with SamePage is because SamePage acts as a centralized management hub. As an agency owner, especially in your early days, you're going to have a lot of hats that you're going to be wearing. There's a ton of things that requires your focus and energy. And if it's split across many different platforms, and that's where you're going to see an increase in the amount of time that you're spending in your day to try and manage it all. SamePage allows you to organize your business, projects, documents, team collaboration, and communication. Instead of having to work within Google Docs or Word, you can manage your documents and collaborate together in real time on SamePage. Pages can be edited by multiple users at the same time, and you can have discussions, audio or video calls during brainstorming sessions, all without having to schedule it in Zoom or communicating it in Slack, and without having to screen share or worry about the tech. And instead, you're focusing on the true tasks at hand. With guiding principles for naming conventions and strong internal search engines, never lose a document again or a conversation. Reason number 2 is well worth it. It's easy user adoption. One of the hardest things that I've seen over and over again is user adoption. Although some team members may adopt tools much faster than others, after a period of time, the users may resort to workarounds or leveraging other tools to bridge the gap that they're feeling because the platform is hindering their ability to process and control their tasks. SamePage is so intuitive that there isn't really a huge learning curve. As long as you're providing a basic training and introductory of the best practices, it will easily encourage your team members to enjoy the tool, see it as a collaborative assistance, and improve efficiency. I was really hesitant to migrate my team over to SamePage at the beginning, considering I had just onboarded them to Nifty PM, and we were just getting our feet wet with that project management tool. However, I was still feeling the same pain. We were managing too many tools, too many places, and the biggest challenge, as the primary project manager, I couldn't see my team members' workload across the board. We were facing this challenge while my business was growing very fast. I had to make fast decision and decided to switch over to SamePage. Like any new changes and tools, I had a bit of a negative pushback in the first few days from my team. However, when I checked in with them again the following week, I was surprised to hear how much my team loved SamePage. And while some features they wished behaved a little bit differently, they were overall happy with this change. This was the same response that I had gotten from my clients who I helped migrate over from using Asana and Slack and now switched over to SamePage. Adoption speed was 50% higher and with an increased rate of success. Now, if you've been struggling with having team members and user adoption to your new tools, this might really help eliminate that. The third reason why you should have SamePage for your organization is because of the multi-level communication component within SamePage. Multi-level communication within a tool makes a huge difference in your team productivity. Have you ever received communication on a project or about a project or a task in so many different ways that it takes you away from actually performing the task? I'm sure you can relate. You get an email, an iMessage, a WhatsApp text, a Voxer message, a Slack message, and maybe even a Facebook Messenger. With so many places for you to keep track of what goes on in one task, let alone one project, can drive one bonkers. In SamePage, communication is a staple function of the platform. You'll be able to directly chat with other team members on the same project through the project chat functions, or individuals collaborating on the same task through the page chat. This is one of the features I appreciate the most about this platform because it no longer takes us away to different places to hold conversations about a task or to meet about a task. One of the most frustrating experiences that I've had in the past, and I'm sure you can relate, was when I was trying to gather data on a client file to reconcile a report. I was looking in Help Scout, Asana, email, Slack, and then having to reach out to my colleagues to see if they had any correspondence on the client file to capture and complete the picture. Centralizing the communication allows for the speed in reconciliation and not take away time from everyone who may have other priorities and tasks that they are focusing on. The fourth reason, let's talk about check-ins via audio and video calls. You don't have to leave the platform just to get that done. Imagine being able to set up quick check-ins to recap and review a project or task before it gets finalized. This is one of the ways that I leverage the features in SamePage to quickly wrap up any loose ends or tasks that requires approval and handoff. Team members can ask if their colleagues or collaborators are available for a quick call to complete the tasks. Do you have a task where there are too many chat messages back and forth? Avoid or quash these by jumping on a quick call together. All right, let's talk about number 5. One of the biggest differences between SamePage and other project management platforms is that you can perform quick inventory of where tasks are currently sitting at. In some of these standard project management tools, you can only see if they are currently in progress, but cannot easily tell how far along the task is to completion. You may have to identify it with tags or by status updates, in other terms, custom fields. You may have to identify its state by updating statuses from progress to reviews or deferred, and etc. Whatever is the case, it may require you to do some digging more than anything. In SamePage, you can have progress tracking and reporting. You can see if a task is started, if it's at 25%, 50%, 75%, and also build into subtasks or substeps that can show you what is delaying it. Maybe it's a final review checkpoint. Maybe it's waiting for someone to review it before it can be completed. Now, one thing to consider with the task management component of SamePage is that at this time, the subtasks and substeps are merely checklists, and it enforces you to keep things simple to move the tasks along. As business becomes more easy to manage with tech and automation, we tend to overcomplicate it and make the processes more complex than they need to be. So that's where we will set up processes where if it needs to be handed off, it will be delegated to the next person, but whoever needs to be informed of it can be listed as a participant in the task. This allows you to complete the loop in task management and see it to fruition. All right, so let's talk about reason number 6. The key to successful collaboration lies in the ability to work together on a living document. Pages in SamePage is treated as living documents where you're going to be able to leverage built-in editing tools and have the ability to track, accept, and reject any contributors' changes. Just recently, SamePage has also added to their template library, where you can now use templates to manage one-on-one meetings, brainstorming sessions, planning calls, project plannings, and easily conduct surveys and feedback, building dashboards, working with clients and contractors, and so much more. You can comment on the pages similar to Google Docs. Reason 7, no matter if you are in the office, out of the office, or working in a different space, the mobile app allows you to stay connected. There were times when I would be at my children's extracurricular activities and still be able to collaborate and support my team and contractors. We can connect via chat, message, and talk on the page comments, and even have audio calls as needed to continue the conversation and to wrap up any overdue tasks or continue on project planning. Reason number 8, let's talk about integrations. Integrations allow you to work more seamless across the various platforms, and no matter if you are working within someone else's business, you can remain connected with your tool. Your client uses Slack? No problem. You can set up an integration via Zapier to have messages pushed through to a page or a same page chat. You can also have emails funneled to your same page. Do you have a help desk? You can easily integrate help desk tickets to alert you in SamePage or track and manage those items. Either way, SamePage connects with over 1,000 and more third-party apps. All right, reason 9. I left project management to the very end because I wanted to cover the vast features and places of SamePages so that you can see how it all ties into project management. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about managing a project successfully. It's about understanding what makes a great project management tool. It's the ability to plan your projects, lay out the roadmap, and executing and monitoring the progress at the same time. And SamePage allows you to leverage all of those features to help you carry it forward. You can build it out in phases and have strategic workflows so that everyone can be on the same page. If there are a lot of intricate moving parts, we can trust that our partners and collaborators have all the details they need. All right, let's touch base on the final reason why you should use SamePage for your business. It's just fitting that I can close the loop back to SamePage being your headquarters for your collaboration and your almost intranet. It's the common place where your teams, clients, and contractors can meet with you. Not only has it allowed me to reduce the amount of tools I use in my business, but it's a place where I can trust the information I am pulling from. And I know that it's a centralized place that my team is working in every day. There's also little misplacement of information or documentation. If anything, it has allowed us to achieve the following: better workflows, better productivity, better connectivity, better collaboration, and better access. So ask yourself this: does your existing toolbox do what you trust it to do and deliver you the mentioned benefits? If not, then let's connect and talk about how to get you and your team on the same page. Now you know my top 10 reasons why you should use SamePage for your creative agency. So ask yourself, what is it costing you and your team to not be on there, or at least on the same page? I'd love to jump on a call with you to talk about the tech and team and how to start driving your growth forward. So how do you currently stay on the same page with your team, clients, contractors, and collaborators? Share with us in the comment section below. Remember, you can always book a free consult call to chat with me. If this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with your friends or teammate, and hit the like button so I know to make more videos like this. I'm Teresa Beretta, Operations Consultant with LoopLink, and I'll see you in the next one.